light laser. Can you see it? It's there. It's so light. It's there. Yay! So there's a baby in there. Pregnant, yay! Hello YouTube and everybody. So if you haven't noticed, baby little Theus is here. Last week at week 37 I updated that I was still pregnant. Very sad about that, and pretty much figured that I would still be pregnant this week. Well, obviously I didn't know what I was talking about because things have changed. I'm going to give you a little rundown of how things went and when he was born and how much he weighed and all that cool stuff. So prior to last week we had tried everything for inducing. We had tried sex, we had tried walking, we had tried nipple stimulation, red raspberry tea, evening primrose oil, and obviously he was just not ready to come out. So I was pretty discouraged and kind of had just stopped all that because what was the point? It wasn't going to work anyway. I had been to my doctor on Tuesday and I was closed, not effaced at all, no thinning. It was hard, long, and basically not very favorable of labor anytime soon from what I had believed at least. So I was pretty discouraged. I did want to continue the sex just to help with the effacement a little bit, and my hopes were that at my 38-week appointment that I would have been a little thinned out or something. So we had tried a few things on the 6th, which was the day I had hoped he was going to come, and nothing worked. So I was still pregnant, and at that point it was just like whenever, who cares. So Thursday morning we had gotten up and gone to Walmart. I had something that I needed to exchange, and while I was there I had found a little onesie that said my first turkey day. I was kind of reluctant to buy it because at that point I was kind of feeling like I might go overdue, but I bought it and I taped the receipt to the hanger when I brought it home. We walked around Walmart for a little bit to see if anything, but I didn't feel not one cramp. It was not working. I was frustrated. I was tired and cranky, and I just wanted to go home and rest and take a nap or whatever, you know. So we headed home, and I was kind of toying back and forth between the idea of trying to get things going with some more sex and taking a nap. It was still early, so I figured I could kind of do both. So we spent some time together. And then I was going to rest because I really didn't care to keep things going with anything else because I knew it wouldn't work and it would just make me uncomfortable. But I was having some contractions, but they were very, very easygoing, nothing major. I was talking online to people, just a little distracted instead of taking that nap that I wanted. But, you know, I really, really didn't think anything of it. It's normal. It would last an hour or so and then it would go away, I was pretty sure. I finally did mention to a few people online that I was having some contractions, but I was sure it was nothing. It was not going to amount to anything. A couple hours later, I was really just ready for that nap, so decided to take a bath to calm things down. While I was in the tub, they calmed down. They kind of stopped. It wasn't anything bad anyway, but Alright, so I got back in bed, tried to rest a little bit, and we were getting close to the kids coming home from school, so I didn't really want to make anything of it until then. Prior to my bath, I had gotten up and decided to install all the batteries in Theus's things, and I was having some contractions that were making me very irritable. I couldn't quite get the battery packages open or the batteries in the thing, so I kind of screamed at the batteries and screamed, I'm going to take a bath. So I went to take that bath, and I got out, and kind of had finally mentioned to my husband, which took 2 or 3 attempts because I didn't want to say anything out loud because I knew it wasn't real and this was just really stupid, but I finally told him to clean out the car just in case. And I had kind of been telling him all day, my hips hurt, and not really wanting to say I'm having contractions, just my hips hurt, because most of them were in my hips. So, I told him to kind of clean up the car, and I went and took my bath, and, you know, he was kind of like, so what are we doing? So the kids started getting home from school, and he had told my older son we might be having a baby, which I was like, why did you say that? It's fine, I'm not hurting that bad, it's really not that bad, it's nothing. So, my younger 2 got home, and my son needed his glasses picked up, so I decided I was going to start getting dressed to go pick up the glasses. And then I decided that the cramps were still kind of, I didn't feel like being out, I just wanted to lay down. So I asked my husband if he would go pick them up, which he did. And so then I laid down for a little while, and about 7 o'clock, some of my friends had convinced me I needed at least put a call into the midwife. Alright, fine. So I called her, told her I didn't know what was going on, but I was having some contractions. You know, it'd been going on for a little while now, and I really didn't think that it was anything, especially since I was closed and there was nothing going on. And she agreed there was probably nothing, but she said for me to drink 2 big bottles of water and put my feet up and see if it got better. And if it got better, she wouldn't hear from me. If it didn't, she would. Okay, so I got 2 bottles of water, got back in bed, and guzzled those things down in like 5 minutes. Felt a little nauseated. It was like, I'm not going to throw up, and I didn't. That was really good. So, and she also told me to keep my bladder emptied, so I took a couple of trips to the bathroom. About the 2nd or 3rd trip, I saw a little pink on the toilet paper. So I thought maybe that meant some cervical change, that maybe we were in the very, very, very early stages of labor, but I didn't think that anything would happen for like hours. I mean, it was 7:30. I didn't expect if I was in labor, I was maybe 1 or 2 centimeters, and it would be many hours before he was born. So I put a call back in to her. She called me back, and I told her what was going on. She said it possibly could have been from the exam, but let's just play it safe, and why don't you just come in and get checked? I would, prefer that, especially since I had Zach in under 2 hours, but I was like, this one's going to be a long one. There's no way I'm not, that was different. I was very dilated for weeks, but okay. So we started packing up the car and getting everything going, and I felt kind of a gush and had some bloody, mucusy stuff, and I'm starting to think maybe my water broke. Okay. I did place a call to my mom to let her know that we were bringing the kids to Metairie, which is, it's about an hour drive to the hospital, and Metairie is, you gotta go through Metairie as we're going there. So we got everything packed up, all the bags that I had packed, and my don't forget list, and I'm just very much like, we got this, and you got the camera, and you got this, and I didn't want to forget anything. And of course my husband's like, yes, we've got everything, get in the car. So of course I don't think this is real, so I'm like, alright, whatever. So we got everything in the car, and we drove across the lake, and during the drive the contractions were really starting to pick up, and I was feeling lots of gush of fluid. I had a towel that I was sitting on, and I was like concerned that my pants were wet. I had put on a pad, but I was pretty sure that my water had broken, but I was still kind of unsure, you know, maybe that I was still early on. So, but I was really, really just wanting to get to the hospital. I did not want to be in this car another minute. Just wanted to get to the hospital and see what was going on. So I had discussed calling my mother to meet us somewhere. So we called her, and she and I pretty much drove up at a little cafe at the same time, right off of the bridge. I gave her all of the kids except for my 10-year-old daughter, and we headed to the hospital. Wasn't sure where we were supposed to park or what, so my husband stopped the car right in front of the emergency room. I had one hard contraction getting out, and my daughter came with me, and I walked up to the security guard and told him I think I'm in labor. Still not convinced at this point. And they opted to not make me register, just to take me upstairs. And he asked me if I wanted a wheelchair. I said no, I was fine. I didn't want anybody making a big deal over somebody who's maybe a centimeter dilated. I mean, that'd be just ridiculous. I was not in big time labor at this point, was what I was thinking. So we walked all the way up to the second floor, and I did have to stop once for one contraction. I just couldn't go anymore. And I filled out one little sheet of paperwork before my husband came up, and I let him finish it. So we went into one of the labor and delivery rooms, and they put me in a gown and hooked me up to the monitor next to me to urinate. When I did go to pee, I couldn't pee, just fluid, bloody fluid came out. It was pretty gross looking. But they went to check me, and she said that my water had definitely broken, and she couldn't find my cervix, so she thought it was really high. Well, come to find out, I was already 8 centimeters dilated. So Kathy was on her way, and they wheeled me over to the room with the tub. She set up everything in the room, started opening everything. I put on my bathing suit top and my shirt cover that I had, got in the tub, had 2 contractions, and then we started to push. 2 pushes, and the baby was out. I was in total shock and disbelief. He was born at 10:19. I mean, it was not very long or hard labor. I mean, yeah, I was kind of, I guess, laboring all day, but it was so easy labor. It was not hard, so I was very much in shock, like, oh my goodness, this baby is here. How did this happen? It was so quick. When we didn't get a chance to even video anything in labor or anything. It was just, there was a few pictures of me in labor, and there was no labor time. It was just, here's your baby. It was pretty insane. It was pretty quick. He weighed 7 pounds 5 ounces and 19 inches long, and he's a great baby. I mean, he's nursing, not as much as I would like. I'm kind of swollen, but he's doing well. He's pottying a lot. He's pee-peeing in mommy's face a lot. We're doing great. He didn't lose his umbilical cord today. I did a little photo shoot with him, and he kind of pulled it off. So I guess we're going to be having a bath soon, and we'll be going to the pediatrician tomorrow. And this is little Theus. He is kind of sleeping. He's all bundled up because it's kind of cold. I'm doing great. I'm feeling great. I mean, he's keeping me up a little bit at night. And other than that, we're doing great. I'm pretty much in my regular clothes. There's a couple of pairs of jeans that I haven't gotten into. I probably need to lose about 10 more pounds to be where I was before I got pregnant with him, which is really great at 6 days old. He was born on November the 7th. My cat seems to like to be in videos whenever I'm videoing. She seems to be in here. But, he is great. He's teeny tiny little peanut, but he's my biggest one. He's nursing. He's doing great. He's just sweet. Sweet as can be. I'm very happy to have him and for him to be out, and still in shock over how quick he came. What a quick delivery. Oh my goodness. It was so easy. I mean, so easy. I mean, if I was the type that wanted an epidural or whatever, I had no time, but goodness, I wish they were all as easy. He just came on out beautiful, you know. Midwife was even shocked. She was like, oh my goodness, I just got here. I was not convinced you were in labor. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. But he was healthy as can be, 37 weeks in one day, but awesome. Just really great delivery, and we're very happy to have him, and all the kids love him and kisses all the time, you know, good night and hello and I'm leaving for school, and it's just great. So I will try and update y'all on him. It will be more about baby Theus than anything, but I will see y'all in my next video. All right.